RVD versus Sabu. Hardcore rules. I've seen this match 100 times. And actually, you know what? It was probably the cleanest match that Sabu has ever wrestled. I don't think he fucked anything up. Which for Sabu is amazing. This was an okay match. I'm trying to think of anything else I can say about this match, because it was okay. That's about it. It was okay. I know, again, this is going to seem like I'm really hard to please, but I've seen this match. Like, almost every time I ever got an ECW tape or a DVD, there's a match between RVD and Sabu in it. And they wrestle each other like crazy every time. I've seen it. RVD wins, obviously. I really don't know what else to say about that match. It was just sad. Not only was it sad to see what hardcore has become, it was even sad to see the guys who still... I'm trying to think of a way to say it. It's almost like the guys who were there, like Tommy, like the guy who is apparently iconic of hardcore wrestling, that guy doesn't get it. He's the guy who booked this show, you know? And he booked that. Tommy begs for one more night, and this is the best he can do. And that's really sad. And again, I'm not being funny. I'm not. I would have loved to have seen these guys put on a better show than this, but I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. If you like this show, I'm not saying you can't like this show. I'm saying that if all you wanted was to see these guys lace up the boots one more time, get in the ring, and have another match, and have fun, you got your wish. You got it. But what you didn't see was hardcore wrestling. You didn't see something that was up to the standards of ECW. You didn't see something that was even close to those standards. And that's what they promised. They promised something that would immortalize the legacy of hardcore wrestling. I expected a lot more. I expected something entertaining. I expected something violent and brutal. I expected something that was worthy of the title ECW. But the very heart and soul of it was absent. They didn't have Joey Styles. They didn't have Paul Heyman. They didn't have most of the iconic wrestlers that made that company great and made it more than just a blood and guts promotion. They didn't have Lance Storm. They didn't have the great wrestlers. They couldn't even get like Ray or Tajiri or any of the great lucha guys like Masato Tanaka. None of those guys who really put ECW on the map. They got a bunch of second-rate dudes, all of whom are really old and can't go anymore. And either you could blame it on Tommy's incompetence in booking a show, you could blame it on these old guys who just couldn't deliver something up to their old standards. Whatever you want to blame it on, you're probably right. But they couldn't do it anymore. And, I saw a great ECW show in the first One Night Stand. That was pretty much the closure they needed. I don't see how that trivialized the legacy of hardcore. Yeah, I just, this was a really bad show. This is, it's a strong contender for worst show of the year. I can't imagine anything really outdoing this one in terms of, just in terms of poor match quality. Just because you're never likely to get this many broken down dudes in the ring putting on matches this crap. It's like even at TNA's worst, you usually have some talented wrestlers who can do some pretty good stuff. The booking is way worse, of course, because you've actually got storylines to consider. But yeah, I really regret having spent the money to watch that show.